Hello, I'm Miss Jackie, and this is Word for Brothers. Let's honor our men, respect our men, support our men, and love our men. Now, before David fought Goliath, King Saul expressed concern for David's ability and safety, acting as a blessing blocker in disguise, attempting to scare David out of his destiny for his own safety. But after David killed Goliath in the ticker-tape parade, the mask came off and Saul became an overt blessing blocker, concerned for his own status. See, it was all ice cream and sprinkles when Saul hired David, just a kid from the projects who could play the guitar. David was basically a glorified babysitter to help calm Saul, as he usually refused to take his meds. It was all good when David was at a certain level beneath him. But when David exceeded expectations, he became a clear and present danger, a threat to Saul, no longer being the fairest of them all. Also, at this point, David no longer needs Saul, and Saul's fragile ego can't stand not to be needed and adored. You know, there are some people who live to put on a cape and get mad when you no longer need them to. Anyway, Saul starts on a mission impossible, trying to kill David, and seeing that he can't do this alone, like many belligerent blessing blockers, they try to recruit others in their crazy crusade. And when it comes to Saul, crazy is a key word. Some join in out of loyalty and vested interest, but others don't. In this case, it was his oldest son, Jonathan, and his daughter, Michal, who Saul had palmed off in marriage to David to distract him. Jonathan tried to talk sense to his father, but Saul refused to listen. In fact, speaking truth to power only made Saul double down even more and become an obsessed blessing blocker. Over the river and through the woods, here, there, everywhere. Onward as he spiraled downward, Saul chased David, who was gaining even more stature as a fugitive. Since no one can stop God's plan, it was an epic fail. Not to mention wasted years focused more on someone else's life than trying to get yours right. Saul ends up being killed not by the Philistines really, but by his insecure, entitled, non-course correcting, disobedient spirit. And David goes on to fulfill God's promise, becoming Israel's greatest king and the earthly descendant of Jesus Christ. And let us uplift and praise our men who have learned to keep it moving, past those who have the nerve to think they can stop you from getting what God has for you, wearing themselves out to keep you where they think you should be. Instead, you just keep going higher and higher, where through his word you belong as the head and not the tail. See ya next time.